All right, round two for this recording. The last one had no audio, so I don't think y'all would have wanted that very much. All right, so welcome to your Lab 9 uh, walkthrough video. What we're going to be doing this week is building upon the story maps that we made last week. Uh, you can use the same topic that you did last week, or you can come up with a whole new topic. I kind of think I'm going to recommend getting a whole new topic because we're going to be getting into using map layers and stuff like that from ArcGIS Online today. All right, so last week what we did was we took pictures and we associated a location to that picture and used that to in our story maps, our basic story maps, to try to tell a quick story just with, individual point locations and pictures. What we're going to do this week is we're going to go beyond that. We're going to use a completely different template. We're going to actually use the story map journal template, and we're going to be not just using pictures and points, but we're going to be using maps online as well as layers hosted online through ArcGIS, uh, videos, and a lot of pictures. All right, so let's go ahead and start with going to ArcGIS Online. All right, and then we need to go ahead and get signed in. So remember, you need to sign in using the account we created for this course. All right, so once you're logged in to your ArcGIS account, go ahead and just head over to Content. When you're here, we're going to go ahead and hit Create. And then again, just like last time, using a template. We're going to make an app using a template. We're building a story map, right? And we're going to do the story map journal this time. And make sure you select to create a web app, not download. All right, so provide a story for your story map. So TSPS and TAMUCC. Make sure you give it a few different tags. All right, that should be good. And then a summary if you'd like. Okay, exciting. So done that, given it a name, TSPS and TMBCC, given it a few tags, and I've provided a short summary of what we're going to be looking at. So in case you didn't notice this up the top, I went ahead and just opened up all the different information that I'm going to be putting into this because I already did it once, so just trying to breeze through it this time. So with our story map, our map journal builder, you can see we have two different options. We can do side panels or floating panels. You can use the links here if you want to see an example of one. So this one here is looking at 100 years of national parks in the US. Let's say we have pictures in the background, pictures in the front, text. So nothing terribly new here. So we scroll through. Here is where it kind of gets different. See, we have a actual map with this polygon layer showing the extents of this national park, as well as pictures and stuff in the panel. So here, as we keep going, we see more. We can see that we have overview maps here. You can see we can move around these maps. They're not static. And we can just use our home button to get back to whatever it wants us to look at. There's all these links down here. So this one here lets us change the base map actually. So these links let us try to see what's different or how to look at it with different ways. Sometimes you just want a different base map. We also see here, there's this little icon on our image, so we know that if we click this image, it's going to expand it, and it'll give us a little caption for the image. So just like in your physics classes, you needed to make sure you had captions for your figures. We want to do the same thing here for any content we embed. It helps give it context. So again, we're just kind of scrolling through, looking at the different things here. These are all just really using pictures. So this particular one doesn't seem to have any videos, which is a shame. It would have been nice if the example had that, because we're going to have videos in ours. Oh, so this has a fly-through. So this is an actual scene in ArcGIS online. So that's kind of cool. It showed us how we moved from one location all the way over to the islands in Hawaii. Wow, this volcano looks pretty flat, doesn't it? Even though it's 3D. I wonder if it's actually that way. So we're able to kind of zoom out to different points on our map as well. So that's something unique that we didn't have before. So again, just kind of scrolling through and see, that's pretty much the end. We're not going to keep going through this. It'll waste too much time. But you can see now there is a lot more stuff, a lot more enrichment we can do with our story maps. It's not just pictures and points. So I'm going to go ahead and use the side panel layout for mine. I'm going to go ahead and just keep the same name for my map journal. All right, so I'm going to click the little blue arrow that takes me into it. Here I can see I have main stage on the right, side panel on the left. That's just the base template. We'll be able to adjust some of that later if we'd like. All right, so for the main stage, usually want to have something pretty capturing. So I'm going to actually use this image from TSPS. So this is the image they picked. And I'm not even going to bother downloading and putting it in a folder. I'm just going to use the link right here to get it. I have different options for how to position it. I'm going to use fill. It's okay if I crop some stuff out. I just want to make sure I get all that information there. So here, this is where I start adding our first bit of text. So let me go ahead and put the text is National Surveyors focuses on I can't spell consortiums. Consortiums. So I've done that, I've added text. Next thing I want to do is I actually want to put a little picture in here. I'm going to go ahead and steal this picture. And then I'm going to click right up here to insert an image, video, or web, whatever I want. So I'm going to do an image. Again, I'm just going to do it from a link. So, sure, and and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and include the maximize button so people have that option. So I'm going to add that to my map. You see, this is the first thing we have. So it's just a basic picture that they used, and then I have some text here. I can click it, expand the image if I want, and it includes that little picture or the little caption down there. So that's my first one. This is my front page. Now I want to start doing a little bit more. So first I'm going to go ahead and put my first, not my fist, do my first convention. All right, and then I want to do a map. So I want to select a map, but I'm not going to be pulling from my content. I'm actually going to be pulling from here. So I'm actually going to be using this map. I'm going to copy the title and see if I can't get that to show up. These actually aren't the exact same ones. But that's fine. I'm just gonna use, I'll use this. I'll include a legend and stuff. So again, I have the maps and stuff I picked for this aren't gonna directly relate to my story. That's just because it's gonna take too much time to do all that. And I'm not gonna create a bunch of maps just for this. So, and my main content was that. Um, Here I'm gonna do a little bit of text. The first TSPS convention I attended was the area in Houston, Texas, October of 2014. All right, so let's do that. Go ahead and hit add. So I just have this really simple, but maybe I want to do a little something else. So maybe I want to include a story action. Well, let me do that. Why can't I trigger an event? Yeah, that's fine. Too much work. Oh, that's right. You can only do these if it's your own content. And in this case, it is not my content. So that's fine. So if you had your own content, you'd be able to like trigger things how it moves, kind of how we saw when it moved on the national parks example to Hawaii. So we have this here. We can see there's a legend at the top that makes it, hey, what does any of this have to do with surveying? Nothing, nothing at all. But that's fine. This is why I was saying it's probably ideal for you to take a look at the different maps and feature layers on ArcGIS Online first, and use that as a way for you to pick what you want to have in here. So now I've got that little bit going. Let's do the next one. Okay, so I'm going to do GISC's first symposium. All right, and then I want to use a map for this one again. So I'm going to copy this map name so I can easily find it. And then I want to select a new map. And let's go ArcGIS Online. Search San Antonio road speed. This is just a cool map anyways. All right, so I want to do that. So in the spring of 2015, the Texas A&M let me just symposium. Alright, so that going. Maybe I want to put a little picture here. So let me see if GISC has a good logo. Oh, this is an old one, but screw it, let's use it. So copy image address. I can come back to this, hit enter, and then I can embed an image just like that. So now we have this. We could see this map of San Antonio. I can adjust the extent here. So whatever I do here is gonna, should help save it, right? Oh no, that's right. I had have to have created my own map uh, to create its set extents. But hey, so this is kind of cool. You get to see the different road speeds in San Antonio. All right, so let's do a couple more sections still. Oh yeah, I wanted to use that picture of the Alamo. Oh well, whatever. So now I'm going to do another one, but I'm actually just going to use a static image. So I'm just going to do image link right there, and I'm going to go ahead and fill it again. So following our first symposium, just so continue to our relationship. All right. So what I want to do here now is, so I've done a text, I'm using a picture as a background, but I want to go ahead and actually embed a video. So let's do video. I already have this one selected out. It's actually a video of an alumni from our program. So let's check that link. There we go. Select it. Let's fit it within it. Go ahead and hit apply. All right. So we do that, add it. Now we can see we have this picture ward island, and we now have video embedded in here. I know for Lab 8, one of y'all was asking me about putting videos in there. So know that that is an option for you. So let's go ahead and do one more so I can show you one last thing that I'd also like to see in yours, and that's embedding web pages into your stuff. So for my main page, I actually want to use a website. So let me go to this page, Control C, come back. There we go, configure. Let's fill it. Oh, all right. Then it's hit next. So um, what's the word I'm looking for? Several words is what I'm looking for here. So we get a cool picture for geospatial technology, or is it all gonna be kind of lame? Yeah, this works. Actually, it's kind of cooler. Oh no! Brian's stuck between picking between different pictures. This is childish. I'm picking it. Alright, so let's go ahead and embed one last picture. And then add that. So now we can see all the way from our very first home page. Have this nice picture, a splash page, nothing too much at first. As we move down, we start getting into the different things. So we see our first map already on our second one. There's not a lot of text here on mine. When you're doing yours, make sure you elaborate a little bit more. Put a lot more text information, kind of like the other story maps you saw. Um, One of the things that really is different between story maps and just traditional maps is that there is the option, there is the intent of orating what it is you're showing us. So go ahead and put all that information down in there. It's okay to have a lot of text because you're supposed to be telling a story. The maps and the images are almost supposed to be second to the information you're actually writing down. So then we go through, we can see we have another map here. We're able to move around, see different stuff, which is cool. So again, we see maps, we've got pictures combined here. We don't just have little pins associated to a picture every single time. Um, then we can see we have a picture with a video embedded. You could have even put a video in the background if you wanted. So if it was something that was more like a scenic video, say you did travels to Costa Rica or something, you can have, a video just going automatically playing in the background that shows, the rainforest and stuff like that. We can see the videos all play right here. So very straightforward. And then, we can also see embedded websites. So here I'm talking about professionals in education. So you scroll down a little bit and you can see all of these different um, industry professionals that are adjuncts for the program right now. It's not just, you know, pure research scientists. These guys are great. These are the essentially my bosses, but that's what they do. They're just academia, over and over again. They're not embedded into the communities actually using this as a profession right now. So keep that in mind and check out all that stuff. So that's pretty much it for this one. Uh, Sorry if it seems a little bit short, but we went over the basics last week. So this here is just showing you a new template to work with that allows you to embed different types of media that wasn't available to you last time. So now we have websites and we have videos and we have actual maps and layers and stuff that we can plug into it. So make sure when you're doing your Lab 9, one, that you have really good amounts of text in here to really kind of orate the story that you're talking about. I don't need to see scientific stuff. Don't give me Wikipedia bullet points. Talk to me. Tell me what we're looking at. Tell me what this whole thing is about. Then jam pack this thing with as much media as you can find. I mean, don't make it tacky or anything, uh, unless unless your story is literally called like this is a tacky story map. Check it out. Then it could be tacky AF for all I care. But yeah, pump it full of media. Show me different websites. Show me links to websites. Um, Show me different maps in here, different images, different videos, all that stuff. Put it all in here. Let me see it all. Um, I don't want to feel like I look at your story maps and it's like, okay, interesting, and like there not be, that kind of wow factor, that plethora of information. I want to see it all. Also, when you're getting done, don't forget, hit save right up here. If you don't save it and then you share it to me, it's just going to be a blank story map. That's not going to be good. Oh yeah, just I wanted to point out to y'all up here, if we go to our settings, you can actually go back and forth and you can see what these different, what the two different ones look like. So this is the one where it's kind of floating. So it has a mild transparency on it. So you can see what's going on in the background. You see it kind of backfired with this GISO logo. The text down here is really hard to read because it's dark on dark plus transparent. But hey, maybe that works for you. But yeah, so definitely get in here. What is going on? And look at all the different options that you have. Uh, in our settings, we have other layout options, so we can choose if we want our panels on the right or the left side, or if we want them small or large. It's up to you. So find out what you think looks best. If your focus is the main panel, so this back picture, if that's the most important thing to see, maybe you want this to be smaller. If this is just enrichment information, and most of what you're looking at has to do with what's in the side panels, then maybe you want a larger side panel. Uh, you can see we could pick different themes. So these ones here, very limited. There's black and there's white. But if we were to use the side panel layout, there's going to be a lot more theme options for you to pick from. So check them out, see what you like, see what you think works best for your story. You can also change the fonts. I'm going to change mine to Times New Roman right now just because I like serifs. I don't like sans serif at all. All right, and then you can also change headers. So you have the ability to change this logo out, change the tagline for it, even change the link for what's underneath it. So check all that out. Try to find what you think works best for you. And again, save it. I don't know what issues it says it has. Okay, I'm just gonna ignore it. I don't, I don't, I don't know what it wants. Uh, what? Okay, so I'm gonna go to share. Wow, I can't share it until I do this. Okay, exciting. Cool. Save it. Close it. I did it. What does it want from me? Ugh. Alright, well, this is but much. So make sure that, oh, well, I'll go ahead and do this. You keep watching, but all I'm going to be doing is fixing this issue. So if you're interested in how I fix this, then you can watch it. Otherwise, make sure you save your maps, share your map within the organization or public if you don't care if anybody sees it. But make sure you take that link, you copy that link, and you submit that link onto Blackboard. That link is your assignment. So if you don't put that in there, I'm not going to go hunting your map down, all right? You need to submit your stuff on Blackboard, otherwise it's going to be a 0. All right, so if you're not interested to see how I fix whatever the heck is wrong, you can go ahead and uh, close this video. Otherwise, I'm going to see what the heck's going on. It wanted me to remove this layer, add a layer from the web, save, close. How's it still broken? I just removed it. We're gonna ignore it. Then we're gonna do this. Then we're gonna copy the dang link. And that's going to be it. So if you're unsure how it looks, or if you want to see what it looks like, not in an edit mode, go ahead and copy it, put it in here, and we can check it out. Now you can see uh, this is my story map. Talking about TSPS and TMUCC. Very exciting stuff. I'm sure you're all thrilled to hear about it. Go ahead and click on the scholarship page right here and scroll through this. So any of you that are still watching, you can see how many freaking scholarships there are in the GIS program. This is a very small sample of them, and most of these don't actually get filled. So hey, change majors, join GIS. We're amazing, I promise. All right, so that is it. Finally it for your Lab 9. Go ahead and make those story maps. Take the time to go onto ArcGIS Online, look at maps, find content, things that you find interesting, and maybe build your story map around that. All right, that is it for the lab. Have a great one. Bye.